Today is Viernes 17 de Julio, and we'll just go over what we are looking at for today. I'll be reviewing some of the noun adjective agreement today, which is part of what you're doing for MindTap. So please make sure that you are taking notes and listening and writing things down, and also paying attention to the grammar, because this is an important topic. On your own today, you are going to take a quiz on ser in MindTap. So make sure you review the ser notes, the to be. So yo soy, tú eres, él, ella es, nosotros somos, ellos son. And also what we covered last class with the subject pronouns. So if I have Ricardo, for example, then that's going to be the equivalent of él or he. So it'd be Ricardo es, and then whatever the sentence is. So review that before you take your quiz. That's due before 11:59 on Sunday, which is for most of our quizzes. Next, you're going to be doing Exploraciones Gramaticales 4 in MindTap. That's due by this coming Monday at 11:59. And that topic is noun adjective agreement, which again, I will be covering today in class. You do have your recording due on Sunday as well by 11:59. Some of you did send me your drafts of the conversation, and I do need to see those before you record. If I don't get those drafts, then that will be points taken off on your grade. So I do need to see your written conversation before you try to record, and I will send you revisions back, and then usually you'll send me a corrected copy, and then you can go ahead and record. I do suggest that you use Flipgrid to record, because that is a simple way to record a video. It's basically just a link. And if you look in week 2, that is where the assignment is, and that's where you'll be able to find the Flipgrid link. So I'm just going to click on this for you to go there. So it's right here at the bottom. It says notes for recording. You can use Flipgrid to record your video. Click on the following link to get to Flipgrid. And then once you go there, you'll be able to, there's a plus sign, and you just add your video. If you have any questions about anything going on this week, please let me know. And right now I will be going into the lesson. So how do we make a word plural in Spanish? If a word ends in a consonant, for example, if we had the word avión, if we wanted to make that plural, we would add es. So remember, with consonants, we add an es. If a word ends in a vowel, let's say the word amigo, then what we do is we add an s to the word. So we have amigos. So vowels, we add an s, and this is for nouns in Spanish. Adjectives work similarly, but for now we're talking about nouns. So if we have the word cuaderno, let's make that plural. And then the word papel, el papel. What does el papel mean? How would we make that plural? And also, you have to remember that el changes too. So if you have el papel, then el is going to become los, to become the papers instead of the paper. So I would like you to give me the response to that. La carpeta, the folder. We want to change it to the folders. So la is going to become las, and then you want to change that carpeta to be plural. Since it ends in a vowel, you know to add an s. El diccionario. How do we make el diccionario plural? And down here, what these are exceptions. So the reason that this is an exception is because there are 3 words as part of the vocabulary. La goma de borrar is just an eraser. And so what I want you to know here is that la is still going to become las. So we're going to say las, and then we're going to change it to gomas, but de borrar doesn't change. There's another word, el traje de baño, which is the bathing suit. So there's 3 words that are part of the bathing suit. It's one noun, but what we would do is we would change it to los trajes de baño, but the de baño part doesn't change. So that's why it's an exception. And then remember, if there's ever a word that ends in a Z in Spanish, like lápiz, we have to, so it would become los, and then lápices. So the Z becomes a C like that, and then we still add an ES because it's a consonant. So what is an adjective? What is a definition of an adjective? How do we just define what is an adjective? In Spanish, and if you could take notes with this, it would be important to know that they agree in number, which means your singular or plural, and also gender with the nouns that they describe. So this is your masculine, feminine. So it really is like a puzzle in Spanish. I always say all the words have to agree with each other, and we're going to look at some examples in a minute. But it is important too to know that in Spanish, it's a little backwards because we don't say the yellow house. We don't say la amarilla casa. We say la casa amarilla. Our adjectives always go after our nouns in Spanish. We have to remember that and get used to it. So they are placed after the noun that they are modifying. So there's an example for you. What's important to know is that when a masculine adjective ends in O, so for example, and if you can draw this chart in your notes, that would be helpful. So say that we have the word guapo, good looking. So guapo is going to become guapos. But say that we had an adjective that ends in an A, like guapa. We've seen this when we did our adjective work on Wednesday this week. So guapa is going to become guapas. So usually we say that when we have a word, an adjective that ends in an O, we have 4 forms. For example, if we have bonito, we have bonito for masculine singular, bonitos for masculine plural. Then we have bonita if we were talking about one female, and bonitas. So there's 4 forms when an adjective ends in an O. Now, if you had an adjective like verde, green, that would be describing a noun. There are only 2 forms. So you have verde and you have verdes. It would be the same if you had a feminine, something that was feminine that was verde, or something masculine that was verde. So there are only 2 forms of the adjective to choose from. When we have an adjective that ends in an O, there are 4 forms. And when it ends in an E, we have 2 forms. If an adjective ends in a consonant, like the word difícil, difficult, the same thing. There are only 2 forms. That's the masculine and feminine singular. So let's just put that in our notes. We'll put masculine and feminine singular, and same with this one. We can add that to our notes, masculine and feminine singular. This would be the masculine and feminine plural. And difícil is going to become difíciles for more than one. So we're just adding an ES to our adjective. Up here, this is just masculine. So we can put that. This is just masculine. And this is feminine. And this is also feminine plural. So let's look at some examples down here. So we need to look at the nouns in the sentence. We have to define the nouns. So if is it a person, place, or thing, we have ella lleva zapatos. She's wearing shoes. The shoes are negro, but we need to change negro because zapatos is masculine and plural. So how will we change negro? So our choices are going to be negro, negra, negros, or negras. Those are our 4 choices. So which one would best go with zapatos? So your best choice for this is going to be negros because zapatos is a masculine plural word. So we want to make sure that we have our masculine plural adjective negros. Next, we have mi amiga es muy, very. So my friend is very pretty. So again, our choices are going to be bonito, bonita, bonitos or bonitas. So which one would we choose for amiga? Mi amiga es muy bonita because she's a female and it's singular. Mis padres son muy. My parents are very. Simpático is nice. So we have simpático, we have simpática, we have simpáticos or simpáticas. Which one would best fit with mis padres, my parents? Since there's a male and a female in there, in this case, in Spanish, we would want to choose the masculine plural. So it would be simpáticos. Don't forget your accent. Here we have su clase. So remember, with the adjective that ends in an E, there's just going to be two forms. We have inteligente or inteligentes. Which one would be best for su clase, her class? So it's just a singular word, clase. It's not clases. So it would be inteligente, just one. Los pantalones son, the pants, masculine plural, and azul is your adjective. So to make that plural, azul is going to become azules. El chico es. The boy is handsome. El chico es. We have guapo, we have guapa, we have guapos or guapas. So which one would be best for el chico? Guapo, because it's one male. If you look up here, we have the one male singular. La fruta es. The fruit is sabrosa, tasty or delicious. So would it be sabroso, sabrosa, sabrosos, or sabrosas? It's going to be sabrosa. Los cuadernos son muy. The notebooks are very big. So remember, when an adjective ends in an E, like grande, there's just going to be two forms, grande or grandes. So since los cuadernos is plural, we're going to choose grandes. So sometimes the word that's in parentheses, like up here, the chico, el chico es guapo, that would work. We can keep it, but oftentimes we have to change it based on the number and gender or if it's singular or plural. Las computadoras son muy. So we have antiguo, antigua, antiguos, or antiguas. Which one would be best for computadoras? So your answer should be antiguas. So this is a little introduction to number and gender. So let's do a little quiz before we move on. Ana es. So número uno, let's give the answer for Ana es. Would it be bueno or buena? It's one female. Dos, Carlos y yo. So remember, Carlos and I, Carlos y yo somos, we are. Would it be inteligente or inteligentes? Tres, ella es. She is. So would it be cómico or cómica? Cuatro, Pedro y Carmen. So remember, Pedro is a boy, Carmen is a girl. Son. You have to choose, is it perezoso, perezosos, perezosa, or perezosas? Remember, when there's one male involved, it's usually going to be always masculine. So we have to choose the masculine plural of that. Cinco. Mi maestra es. My teacher is. Is she bueno or is she buena for a female teacher? Remember, O's usually equivalent is the equivalent to a male, even with the nouns, the same with the adjectives, and A is equivalent to a female. Seis. Los chicos son. The boys are. We want to say serious. So would it be serio, seria, serios, or serias for a group of boys? Siete. La chica es, the girl is she guapo, guapa, guapos, or guapas? Nueve. Perdón, ocho. Mi amiga es bonito. Remember, it's a female friend. Bonita, bonitos, or bonitas. Nueve. La doctora es. It's a female doctor. So el doctor would be the male doctor, but doctora is the female doctor. So is she bueno, buena, buenos, or buenas? 10. Los perros son the dogs, and those are masculine. We know because los is the dogs for masculine. Is it gordo, gordos, gorda, or gordas? And número 11, Juan es. Juan es alto, Juan es alta, Juan es altos, or Juan es altas. So that's for one singular male. Número 12, María es. So remember, moreno is one of your adjectives that you have in your Exploraciones Léxicas 2, meaning dark hair. Moreno for one male, morena for one female, morenos, a group of either at least one male in there or all females morenas. But Maria is one girl. La muchacha es, the girl is, bajo, baja, bajojas, or bajos. Which one? 14. Peter y Samantha son. So it's a male and a female together. Remember, when that happens, we have to make it masculine because of that one male. So alto is for one singular male, alta for one feminine person. Altos is for a group of mixed or all males, and altas is all females. For this word is tall, alto. 15. Ella es. She is. Is she malo, evil or bad? Is she mala? Is she malos or malas? 16. El perro es. The dog is. Is he bueno? Good. Is he buena? Is he buenos or buenas? You want to pick the correct adjective for el perro, a singular male dog. Susie es. So with trabajador, we're going to change it to trabajadora, trabajadores, or trabajadoras. Those are 4 forms. And in this case, Susie is a female, so we want to choose the best answer for that. So if a noun is masculine, the adjective also must be what? If a noun is feminine, the adjective also must be. If a noun is singular, the adjective also must be. And then if the noun is plural, the adjective also must be. So it's, again, that puzzle piece where everything has to fit together. And then the last one we have here is el gato es. The cat is. Is he grande or is he grandes? Please study your adjectives. You have a list of adjectives in Exploraciones Léxicas 2. Just make sure that you know them. If you've made flashcards on MindTap, which you can do over on the side panel, or also just make a list of them and study them. Adjectives are really important in Spanish just to know what they mean, to be able to talk about people. We're going to be using them for the rest of this chapter and also your tests that will be coming up next week. So we want to finish strong here and know our words. So that is your class today. It's a little shorter. I've been making the classes pretty long this first week and a half or so So I wanted to make this class a little shorter. If you still need any help with adjectives, please let me know. There is also a reading that is in your book. If you look in the content for today, we go back to course information and weekly instructions for week 2, and then week 2 instructions. So there is a reading on page 28 that has algunos famosos de Latinoamérica, and the way that you go into your book is you're going to go into your Mind tab. And there are 2 books that will allow you to see content. Your ebook is located right in Mind tab, and then you have this Vital Source book. The Vital Source book will allow you to see the page numbers right on the bottom, but the ebook does have the recordings. So if you wanted to watch a video or listen to some of the audio that comes with the book, I do want you to try to take advantage as much as possible of the resources that you have that are part of your MindTap experience and subscription. So this is the reading on page 26 from the Vital Source ebook, and you can see that we have Manu Ginobili, and he's a deportista argentino, and we're using argentino because he's a male. Es un excelente jugador de basquetbol. He habla fluidamente español, inglés, e italiano. And then if you look down, we have some more adjectives in here. We have directores, es uno de los actores, productores y directores latinoamericanos más famosos, because he's one of the actors, and that's why we're using famosos. And then if we go to the next page, we have Shakira. It says that she es una cantante muy popular. So we have cantante, she's a singer, muy popular, that's where your adjective. Su madre es colombiana, and since she's a female Colombian, y su padre es de ascendencia libanesa. So that's the Lebanese descendants. So that's libanesa because it's modifying ascendencia, which is your feminine singular noun. So tradicionales, ritmos tradicionales colombianos. So that's where your adjective. So this has a lot of adjectives in it, and I'd like you to look over this page if possible today, and just look and try to find some examples of adjectives. Muchas gracias, estudiantes. Que pasen buen fin de semana. Have a nice weekend. Reach out to me with any questions. I am here for you. Adios.